To another gold update. Okay, so I did previously just do the silver video, so I'll link that below if you want to compare anything on that with this. However, let's just get into gold now. I'm only going to use this portion of the chart because I believe this is the most important part of the chart. Similarly, it's basically the end of a wave 2. However, this one is the major wave 2, so there's no... Basically, wave 1 ended in 79, wave 2 ended in 2015. So this is the E wave, and we had a break of the E wave to confirm this. So I'm not going to bother going back and revisiting those waves. I just think it's pointless. We are moving up. This is a bull market in gold, and it's just getting warmed up. It's just getting started. It's shown its teeth. It's shown us that we're going up. We're seeing a cut pattern, but I don't believe we've seen the handle yet. I do think that we still have an opportunity to get into this market over the next, say, year or two, perhaps. But it's going to be definitely very interesting as we progressed through these waves. Now, wave revisions, as I've mentioned before, they're there to pre-plan, to sort of get a feel. You put something out there, you put the feelers out there, and you sort of wait a little bit, and then see how you feel about the wave next time you look at it, the current count that you're looking at. So in this particular case, I gave it a little bit longer in order to let this one sort of settle in before I put it out there. Now, the first thing, if I have to consider this an E wave, which to me, fair enough, it makes sense. This is a wave 1. So if you're looking at silver now, silver is basically roughly where gold was in 2016, right? The current move up that we saw, that we've been seeing in silver, is very similar to what happened earlier in gold. So I would just say gold is a little bit ahead, sort of, right? And what I mean by sort of is, for example, in silver, we're already in the minor 1-2 pattern of wave 3. In gold, we're only just basically getting warmed up in with the 1-2 pattern. So we kind of haven't even seen. It's in essence, it's kind of like around the same point, but it's not. Anyway, I'm sure you'll work it out if you check out the ideas in terms of what I'm talking about. So basically, now what we're looking at here, what happened after this particular point down here, right? Where the 1 ends, I've got this is A, this is B, C, D, E. Why did I change my count like this? Well, look at this wave here, okay? That looks like a 3-wave move, right? Now, got to be very careful when you identify waves, is that you're trying to make it something that it's not. So in this particular case, I'm calling this A, B, C, D, E, okay? So we have this line sloping down like this. So we've had a deep sort of wave 2 correction and expanded to the, sideways sort of thing, Now, then we had this wave 1. So we've got a couple of wave 1-2s going on here, I believe. And what's happened since this particular wave 1 is we've had A, B, right? Now I'm going to go to the 4-hour chart on this one to explain a little bit more about what I think is going to happen, okay? So we've got wave 1 ended here in March 2020, and then we had this move down. I believe that's an A. This is a B. Okay, so I'll just label these so you can see what I'm talking about. Right, we've got A and then we've got B. Now, I do believe this is a C. It's a weak wave C in progress, and it's going to continue grinding. Okay, I don't see this thing shooting up or down anytime soon in any particular direction, right? You have to remember that wave one started way back down here. So there's a lot of room for movement here, okay? So it's good that the B wave broke out of this to indicate that, yes, we are moving higher eventually. It's almost like it gave us a sign, okay? It gave us a sign, but it's not time yet for that move. Okay, so with this C wave, what's the deal? In my honest opinion, I have to say that this is a type 2 weak wave C, which means that each wave subdivides into 5 wave moves as it progresses. So it's just a lot of overlapping going on because it's a weak move, right? It's like an ending diagonal, except I call it a different name for a reason. This ending sort of diagonal talk, nothing's ending here, okay? So it's, to me, it's just a bit of there's just something wrong with that name. So what's the deal here? Okay, so I've let this pattern progress a little bit in order to see what the deal is, and I do believe that this is simply put an A, a B. Okay, so we're just seeing a B wave. I don't think there's anything too crazy about this. I'm just going to let it continue developing. I've had a few ideas on what this is doing in the past, but I just feel like it's just time to leave it alone for now, just to see sort of what happens from here, because a couple of things could happen, right? It could turn out that this is wave one, and now we're in wave two, and so this could end up being your traditional type 1 ending diagonal, right? Where each move is a zigzag, right? So this could be like wave 1, right? Hang on, why have I got this here? Sorry, one sec. So this could be wave 1, and then we could be like seeing A, B, C, blah, blah, blah for wave 2 happening, and then we're going to see another zigzag like this. That could be happening, and the reason why I think that might be possible is because this particular move here was weaker than the initial move. And to me, that's like ending one zigzag type thing. You know what I'm saying? So it's sort of like in the air at the moment. You can probably trade these moves. I suppose I will, once I get a bit more of a handle on the end of this B wave, which should go a bit lower. I suppose I'll be expecting a C wave up. It could even be, I don't know, some news event or whatever. Let's just wait and see before we see the rest of wave 2, and then we see another type of zigzag pattern like this. Hang on. Sorry, one sec. Like this for wave 3, like that, and then we'd see wave 4. You understand what I'm trying to say here? I do think that there's going to be a prolonged period of buying opportunities to get into this, but that's not going to be it. I don't think that's going to be the end of this, because that's only wave C, right? So depending on what happens, and obviously we have to pay attention and keep an eye out, there's going to be clues along the way, but this is going to take some time, I do believe. So I think now is probably a good time to load up, just because we've had the confirmation of the break of the highs, and we're just going to see more corrective patterns go on until it's time to actually make a move. Now, you have to admit this thing is pretty short up the top there, so I don't think it's over yet. I think there's still quite a lot of choppy moves ahead. And then once we do see that C wave complete, wherever that may go, let's just say, for example, it went down to, I don't know, back to retest this area, for example. Look, anything's possible, okay? We're going to see So that would be obviously the C wave. That. Right now, maybe it doesn't go that low. Like I said, we don't know yet. Let's just say it goes around here. We're going to have to see the D wave, right? Now, what will the D wave do? Will it only go back to sort of like that, and then we'll see the E wave fall back like this? Is that possible? Anything is possible, right? Anything is possible. So obviously, this is the kind of thing we'll have to track. It could possibly end up being, because it's a weak wave C, we might end up seeing something like the D wave break out even more, right? We could see some actual full-on strength in the market before we come back and retest the highs with wave E, right? I'm just giving you different scenarios, potential scenarios that could pan out here. And that could definitely really give this whole look, the cup and handle pattern that we're sort of looking for here, which I'd say is a good, is a big reality to this whole thing. So B, C, D, E, because there is some strength in this market, and why would it come down lower? Like I've explained this in other videos before. See, for example, 1 to 2, you might see that line start to sort of, turn up. Corrections may end. The slope of the end of the correction might start to turn up like that. This sort of thing happens, or if the correction does end lower, like I said before, the slope should technically be getting more flatter before it goes up higher. We don't know. I'm just giving you ideas here. But with this particular count, we have not seen the full correction yet. So, I mean, if this is going to be the lowest point that it gets to moving forward, then it's definitely just going to be a good time to buy. So, I mean, we don't know. I'll keep you posted, obviously. But to me, in terms of long-term investment, I think this presents already the evidence that we need to do that. In terms of paper trading, well, we need to see some more price action. It's going to be a little bit tricky. As we go, we're going to get a bigger picture here. I don't believe that we're going to see some huge moves in this thing. So in the short term, so therefore putting out short ideas, long ideas on this one, I'll see how we go. To me, there's always opportunity, even at the small degree. So yeah, I suppose we'll cross that bridge when we get there. So I will also link the inflation video down below, the RES wave versus fundamentals versus inflation video that I posted yesterday, and the silver idea that I posted earlier, just so you can sort of see what I'm thinking long term on precious metal versus inflation and how it all kind of fits together in the bigger picture. So hopefully you found this video interesting and informative. Thank you for watching.